Alrighty, everybody, I got this suggestion from one of my friends, and today we are going to be making a tier list of a bit strong, decent, strong, balanced, better than nothing, and 4 tiers. So we're going to have no kit as the starter, no kits, because it's no kit, you don't really have anything. Basic gameplay, that's about it. Now, first we're going to start with Season 1, move to Season 2, and then we'll take on all of the extra Robux ones. So, first one is Season 1, Warrior. If you don't know what Warrior does, you get cheaper armor and access to stronger armor. Now, let's just count some of the benefits. Now, the armor isn't really that much cheaper, because you do get like 5, then 10... But in the plus side, it's better than nothing. Except warrior armor replaces diamond, and it costs 10 instead of 8. So it's a bit more expensive, but it is definitely better than diamond. So it's a pretty good class. 4 diamonds off of emerald armor. But other than that, warrior armor with armor protection can be just as good as emerald sometimes early game, and it's pretty good for its price. So we're going to put this in well balanced, because while the cheap armor isn't really that good, just buying him for warrior armor back then was pretty good. Now, we're just gonna mark him back here, because is he better at squad modes, things like that? So actually, let me edit the tier list real quick. Alrighty, so I updated the playlist. We now have a where are they most useful, because this will contribute to them being in well balanced. So he is kind of useful in solos, just because you then have the ability to buy your wooden armor and iron armor slightly faster than others, and this could help when people rush. He's okay in duos. I've played with him in duos. I've played with him in squads. He's a pretty good team. In duels, he's not really that good, because most of the time you'll be focusing on swords and stuff, but better armor nonetheless. 30v30 he is not good in, because emeralds will be very hard to get, and you most likely won't get it. In Lucky Block, I mean, sure, it's okay, but not really, because most of the time you'll end the match with a diamond or emerald already, and when people have rage blades going around, it's not really that strong, because nothing kind of counters rage blade. In ranked, it's better than nothing. So yeah, essentially, warrior, okay and all, but he's a overall pretty balanced class, except for lucky blocks and 30v30s. Now, next class is Bounty Hunter, Battle Pass Season 1, available tier 15, I think. Bounty Hunter is okay. So, Bounty Hunter's whole goal is if you kill somebody who's your target, you'll be rewarded iron, diamonds, or emeralds. Sometimes maybe even all 3. Now, this is really good, because pretty strong when you get a lot of emeralds, diamonds, stuff like that. But he's also kinda bad at the same time. Because when you're playing in modes like squads, 30v30, lucky block, or other things like ranked duos, solos, you still have to travel the map to get your kill. And then you gotta travel to a shop to spend it. So is it really that worth it, with the risk of falling off and losing all your rewards? Well, he's okay, but he also is a bit too strong if you get too much. Because if you keep getting way too much, diamonds, emeralds, things like that, you'll have enough to bully the other team. Like, for example, if I'm playing duels, if I can kill them over and over, I will literally have diamond before they get wooden. But in squads and duos, you kind of gotta travel the map. In solos, they can't really defend themselves, but in 30v30 and Lucky Block, good luck getting towards them if you're going to kill them. Ranked is kind of like squads, so I wouldn't put it there. But it's kind of well balanced depending on what mode you play. So we're going to put this in best for duels and solos, because solos, they don't really stand a fighting chance, but in duels, it's just too overpowered. Now we're going to Beekeeper. Beekeeper's pretty well balanced. I'm going to put in the strong class. Well, it doesn't get that much emeralds and diamonds at a time. It does have a very high chance of earning emeralds and diamonds. Now, it wouldn't be good in solos because you need to wander around to collect bees, and people can break, take, or just break your bed while you're gone hunting for them, or they can just take your stuff. In duos, it's mildly better, but I wouldn't consider playing it because still, one of you protecting the bed, you could easily get rushed by two. In squads, though, it is pretty overpowered, being that in squads, there's bees everywhere, and you've got people defending you. And you can supply an entire team with emeralds pretty quickly. I'm also going to put this in Lucky Block, mostly due to the fact that Beekeeper is overpowered when blocks could open up with bees. In 30v30, it's not that good, and in Ranked, you'd want to go with the Battle class. Other than that, pretty strong class, depending on what mode you're playing with. Alrighty, now we're with Jade. So Jade's okay. For the cost of her weapon, it's half decent. Now, Beekeeper does cost 60 iron to get the hive, but Jade's is 40 for the hammer. Is this good? Yes, I'm going to have to put her in strong. Why? Well, you need to hit near them on the ground if you're going to fling them, but Jade's pretty strong, actually. You can jump with the hammer and cancel it in midair or at the end of your jump to immediately switch to something else. Combine this with the sword, you could quickly rush or get behind an enemy to flank them in seconds without them expecting it. Its cost is pretty good, and I'd say it's pretty good in solos, in duos, mostly because you can jump right past them. I wouldn't really say the same thing for squads, being that there's most likely going to be somebody protecting the bed, so you might jump into them. 30v30, it's pretty good just because you can rush. Same thing with Lucky Block, mostly because this is squads, but you can make jumps to the center easier. In Ranked, I would definitely put this here because it is a very rushable class. If you can get your hammer, you can make a 10-block jump, so you could break their bed and make a getaway escape. Or, you could make a small bridge to diamond, jump over and jump back, and the enemies won't even be able to do anything to get you. So overall, pretty good class for rushing, making long leaps without having deadly bridges for enemies to cross. Raven. This one's a bit weird, because his poison deals damage. It's pretty cool. It deals 4 to 5, depending on what happens. I'll have to put this guy a bit too strong. Now, everybody's going to disagree with me, but there's something you don't know about Raven. Raven, his birds may cost 1 emerald. But this guy, he's too overpowered, because 1 emerald each. We're just actually going to add a new thing right here. OP in all modes. Why is this guy OP in all modes? Because, I kid you not, bet you never knew this, his poison, with enough birds, you can kill anybody, even if they have very, very good armor. But why is this guy overpowered? Well, have you always hated knocking people off with balloons and then they fly under the map and stuff? Really annoying stuff. What if I told you, Raven, the fact that you can chase enemies down and explode on them, poison pops balloons. and his poison ticks multiple times. You can poison somebody, so even if they do a glitch to get 8 balloons, they will still die, because all of their balloons will pop and they won't have enough to get back up. It's stupid overpowered, because if you knock somebody off, chase them down with a raven so that you can prevent them from ballooning back up to you. Sure, it's going to cost an emerald each raven, but with the ability to kill somebody from long range without having to be anywhere near them, that's a bit overpowered, and nobody can balloon run away from you. Not only that, but its area of effect is pretty large, so you could poison an entire team and weaken them. Another strategy is to throw a bird in front of you, explode it so the enemy coming towards you gets poisoned, and then rush him. Because no matter what, he will start taking damage to that poison, and you will be damaging him. So you will have the health advantage. Spirit Catcher, I'm going to put under strong. Mostly because she basically gets cheaper TNT that travels in an arc. Actually, in reality, it's like a fireball. It's good in solos to knock people off. Duos, not that much. Squad, it's really good for splitting up teams. Duels, it's good for some kills. In 30v30, you'll get your damage challenge done really fast. Spirit Catcher and Lucky Blocks, always good for beds. And in ranked, it's always good to place a few spirits near your beds as well. So overall, a pretty strong class, I must admit. But like, other than that, pretty balanced class. I'm just adjusting the thing. Yeah, other than that, duos, I think, is their only weakness, because other than that, it's just cheaper fireballs. Pyro, I'm going to put a decently strong. Now, I do not own Pyro, but what Pyro does is every kill he gets with somebody he's burned, he gets embers that are used to upgrade his flamethrower. Now, if you don't know what you can upgrade your flamethrower in, you can upgrade it in multiple categories. For example, I think you can upgrade... Here, let me check. So essentially what you can do is you can basically buy his thing for 2 emeralds, which is okay price. But upon burning somebody, you'll deal extra damage with 20% armor penetration. The best part about this is you can deal crowds of damage to multiple people. So this guy is especially strong inside of mostly any game mode. Maybe not solos. Nah, solos too. He's OP in all game modes because having the ability to pierce through armor and deal a lot of damage, with the ability to upgrade it with embers, essentially if you kill somebody who you've burned, you get embers. You can upgrade 3 paths and only one of them can be upgraded to level 4. All of them will upgrade it, things like that, except upgrading 1 perk to level 4 will make it stronger with a unique perk. Other than that, being able to pierce armor can help you win a lot of fights, and that can deal damage in crowds is extra good. Now we're going to move on to these kits. Trapper, I've played as him before. It's okay. I'm going to put him in OP in all modes, but he's not really that OP in all modes. I mean, he can trap people, you can place traps that basically get them stuck. You can hit them out of traps to deal a little extra damage, although I wouldn't prefer it, mostly because you'd free them from the trap. I feel like if they wanted to make Trapper a little bit better, make it like the traps are fully invisible, because then people can't just break them and place them down as their own. And I feel like it would be better to make it that the traps deal damage instead of let you deal extra, because it dealing damage, like 10 damage through all armor, that'd be half decent compared to hitting them out of it, only dealing like 8 damage, because then they can just attack you again. Other than that, Trapper is better than nothing, because it does get people stuck that you can run by. But I feel like it'd be better that it deals damage instead of just makes them take a little bit of damage. And then we got Gumpy, Ghost Hunter. Overall, I'm gonna put him halfway between these. Now, this kind of gives me the same feeling as Trapper. While he is there, I don't really know any good modes for him. Like, he's good in all modes, because if you can catch a ghost and shoot it behind you, you can knock somebody back pretty hard. But it only deals 60 damage with a bit of armor pierce, and don't be expecting to hit any really long shots, mostly for the fact that when he shoots, they travel pretty slowly. If the bullets traveled faster, maybe he'd be at well balanced, but the fact that you gotta go get one and you can only hold one ghost at a time is a bit dumb. I would like it if you could hold 3 ghosts at a time, and you could right click or tap twice to shoot on mobile. Cause other than that, he's kinda up there with Trapper. You can play him in every mode, but other than that, he's kinda on the edge of being better than nothing. Fisherman, overpowered. Overpowered. Maybe everything, he's good at everything but solos, because you need somebody to protect you. Why is this guy so overpowered? This guy is literally best at everything except solos, because if you aren't getting protected, one little bump can knock you out of fishing and you'll get killed. Iron fish can give anywhere from 10 to 30 iron, which isn't that bad. Not bad at all. Diamond fish can give you anywhere from what I've seen 3 to 8 diamonds, which is pretty good for upgrading late game perks and early game perks at that. Emerald fish is very balanced, because most of the time I've gotten 5. I think I've seen maybe 3 or 4 sometimes, but sometimes I've even gotten 6, so that's pretty good as well. Specialty fish can give you all kinds of things like, let's say, it can give you fireballs, TNT, obsidian, coral, which is stronger than obsidian. You can get all kinds of cool things. My idea is they should add something called, most likely, swordfish? Something around diamond? Yes, no, I am doing a video right now. Yeah, but like I was saying, the fact that you can get a lot of things from specialty fish, pretty overpowered, but I'd like it if they added something like swordfish. Bruh. So essentially, if they added swordfish, it would be really overpowered a bit. Probably make it stronger than iron, weaker than diamond. That'd be a pretty good sword. Make the sword droppable for other teammates. I think that'd be a cool little addition to add a swordfish. Other than that, it's completely RNG. And then there's the goldfish. Goldfish basically is stupid broken. From what I know, I've gotten 1 so far, but it gave me like 10 emeralds, 14 diamonds, and like 200 iron. It's stupid broken, and if you can get one off the bat, you basically win at life, because then you can literally get diamond armor and then balloons if you wanted to. Bruh, he keeps texting because he wants to be in the video, but right now I'm just doing a little solo video, but yeah, pretty overpowered. Jack, I'm gonna put up there with well balanced. So while he throws globs of poisonous oil, he is good in all modes because the oil is slippery, and if you can make your enemy slip, you can make them slide right off. Now, it does take a little bit of standing on it to make them die, but I feel like if you had Beekeeper and Jack on the same team, you could make a ton of beehives with no bees in them and place slippery oil in front of it. This could cause them to fall directly into it, killing them or damaging them very quickly, and basically making an instant win. Another trick as Beekeeper is surround your bed in beehives, so people who get too close might get too hurt. Aries, a pretty decent class. I mean, not gonna lie, he's kinda strong. Just like Spirit Catcher, you buy spears that are electrically charged. Throw them long, but they arc, so aim well and aim good. They've got a miniature explosion, but the electricity will damage all nearby. Even if it's not a direct hit, it will damage and knock them back from the center of the explosion, which is a pretty good deal if I do say so myself. Now, he's okay in all modes, kind of like Spirit Catcher, but better, because the spears are pretty good, big area damage, nice knockback as well. And now this leads us with the Roblox classes. Of course, all of these cost some money, and I colored some of them specialty. So, Vulcan. Better than nothing, because the cameras and stuff he can set up are okay. But the turrets are only decent from what I've seen in duels, or 30v30 to get some nice long-range shots out on people. Other than that, it can be very hard to actually use your turrets, but they're still pretty good. Being able to guard your base while doing who knows what with a decent free ammo gun, bruh, that's what he wanted me to show you. So yeah. Pretty good damage gun, all kinds of stuff like that. Trinity. We're gonna leave Elder Tree next. Trinity, well balanced, not gonna lie. The first 3 kills, you don't really get anything, but when you get 3 kills, you can either heal yourself or heal your teammates. And I'm going to put this guy in OP in all modes, mostly because with the ability to play solos or duos and potentially heal yourself, that's pretty good. But healing your teammates is even better, because then you can have a Barbarian or even a Wizard or something doing the big damage for you. Elder Tree. I'm going to put better than... No, sorry guys, I gotta put this guy in Not gonna lie, I've played solo mode before, and I even played in a custom match. Actually, I don't even think... We're gonna put this guy in... Well, I don't want to put him in OP in all modes. He's gonna get the corner of shame. He's playable in all modes, but really, for the start, you need to go find the orbs, and they only give you a certain amount of health. Now, that's cool and all, except you don't get any, like, shield, and that's a big no-no, because armor, you kind of need it to survive. Without armor, you'll take full damage, and Elder Tree may be good at the start, getting like 250 health, but as he gets more health, it becomes harder. Me and my friend Snowball, we were playing in a custom match. It took us like an hour and a half to get to 1,000 health, and then I learned there is no limit, so it was a waste of time. Other than that, good at the start, but then what happens when you get to the end, when people get stronger swords, armor? They can take more hits from you, and since you can't buy armor, you'll be buying swords. Since you take full damage, people can easily bow spam you, especially Archer, and almost every class is your worst enemy, because if anything can get ranged or full damage on you, sure, you may have 400 health near the end of the game, except you're still taking full damage, which could be 35 or 50 damage sometimes, making that 400 die in 4 hits sometimes. Farmer Cletus, better than nothing. I am not gonna lie, he's not best played in solos, but he's best played in squads. 30v30, and not really. He's best in squads, not in ranked. But that's about it. He's best in squads because if you can get somebody to protect you while you farm, if you just get enough emeralds to buy a melon seed and you can just grind generator for diamonds, you'll be pretty set. Because if you grind the generator for diamonds, you can get max gen, which then you can get more emeralds and just multiply your farm until you've got so much emeralds you don't know what to do with it. But other than that, you don't really have time to farm in solos, duos. In duels, there's really no point because they're going to be constantly rushing. In 30v30 and Lucky Block, you've already got access to diamonds and emeralds that come out of blocks, as well as Beekeeper being already a better farmer. 30v30, people break your crops. I know this from experience. And in Ranked, you're not going to have the time. So you could play him in every mode, but my opinion is he's best left in squads. Archer. I'm gonna put him in strong. He's stronger than well balanced. This guy is actually OP in all modes, and also very OP against Elder Tree. Why is he good in Elder Tree? Because he can snipe them with his thing doing like 60 or 70 damage. And with that already 35% extra damage from all bows, that's pretty good. So, overall, pretty balanced class. He's pretty strong, and he is definitely better than nothing. If you ever had to buy a first kit, he'd definitely be worth it. Pirate Davey. So they did update him recently. I'm going to put him in well balanced. Because what they did is, his cannon is now cheaper, making it much better, and it shoots, by the way, TNT cannon shoots 2 TNT at the cost of 1, although aiming it may be a challenge. He is playable in all modes, so just like Elder Tree, I'm gonna go put this dude in the bottom right down there, just to show you he is playable in all modes, but better in squads. Actually, no, I'm gonna fix that. Pirate Davey is definitely better in 30v30 because a lot of people are bound to step within your TNT range. And he's definitely, and he's definitely stronger in squads. Just so you can get that good damage and stuff. But other than that, duos and solos, it's okay. It is absolutely worth using him just because he will get that extra TNT cheaper price. And now we're moving on to a bit of the other classes. Let's do Infernal Shielder. He's better than nothing, I guess. While he does reflect all other things, I'm going to put him down in the corner with Elder Tree. Because he's very situational. He will take half damage to everything if he has his shield out and is using it. The downside to this is he moves like an absolute potato while actually using it. Making it a okay class, but you're just gonna die if you hold out your shield. Other than that, it is good for reflecting all ranged projectiles, rejecting those projectiles, just taking no damage, and actually is one of the very few classes that can actually counter Archer. So they're pretty arch nemesis right here. Archer hates Infernal Shielder. Infernal Shielder counters Archer. Because all of them have pretty good counters, and I'll get to the counters in a minute. Axolotl Amy is decently strong. Although it wouldn't be worth buying regeneration, buying up to break speed is very worth it. Now, it is okay. I feel like maybe if they rise damage to probably 7, no. Maybe if they rose break speed by 1, it'd be better. Just because I feel like you could get regeneration a bit too easily. But other than that, absolutely OP in all modes. I definitely buy shield first, and then buy armor, then move on to damage. Very good setup. Wizard is strong, and he is definitely playable in all modes, but I'm not going to put him there because, well, he is good in all modes. He excels in Lucky Block, but you already get Wizard stuff, so I'm going to put him in Ranked. And he excels in 30v30 along with Squads. Why does he excel in these 3? Because with the ability to shoot massive amounts of lightning and shoot an electricity ball, in all of these modes, Ranked, it's really good to throw an electricity ball and slow oncoming enemies. In 30v30, just slam a lightning strike on their bed or their spawn, and you are bound to get kills and damage. In Squads, he's good at both. Throw a lightning ball at somebody's bed, or throw lightning strikes. Either way, good damage, pretty decent class. Better than nothing, but he's still got some strength to him. Melody's a well-balanced class. Now, of course, she's going in OP in all modes, except solo. So we're going to put her down there, but we're going to add a little text box saying, but solo. Because while she is strong, she does lack in solo, mostly because pulling your thing out and doing the long animation isn't worth it. Now, most classes don't fear her, but there are good buddies. Like Warrior with his strong armor is good. Bounty Hunter to get that extra strength to kill his opponents. What else? Pyro could be pretty good because you gotta be close range with your little buddy. Elder Tree for the great health regen, because that kicks in. And Barbarian, but we'll get to him in a second. So other than that, she's good in everything but solo because you could get easily pummeled while you're healing. Now it's Barbarian time. This guy is going to go in 2 classes. He is a bit too strong, but also If you're really aggressive and you can get a lot of kills early game, you can deal a ton of damage and get a ton of kills. Except if you die a lot, you'll get stuck with a wooden sword late game, making you near useless for the fact that you cannot buy swords. Now, Barbarian's worst enemy is most likely Warrior, because armor, sword, can buy swords, can buy armor. They're kind of like antis to each other. Trinity, who's kind of a mix of Warrior, because he's more healing, and this guy, he's more of a damage class up in the front. He's half and half, because you could heal yourself, be a nice Barbarian, or you could heal your team, be a Warrior with armor and give health to all. Builder did recently have a thing. I'm going to put them in strong. That is my bad, completely forgot. This guy is decent in all modes if you can get him to Rage Blade, but also sucks in all modes if you can't get anything, because then you'll be stuck with a thing. So we're also going to put a text box above this guy saying sucks in all modes as well, because let's just say you can't get that Rage Blade and you're stuck with wooden, you've eaten the concrete already. So yeah, Builder class, pretty strong. Good in all modes but solo. Actually, with the new patch that came out, everything costs a bit more. I'm going to put her in ranked because she's pretty solid in there with a strong bed. And now that everything's blast proof, she's very good. Although everything is expensive now, well, it is more costly. Everything's stronger, blast proof, and upgrading non-blast proof blocks, it costs a little bit more. So yeah, Builder, absolutely up there in 30v30. It is great to have one of these on your team. Duels is stupid broken because it will be hard for them to get you. Duos and squads they also excel in. And yeah, overall a pretty balanced class. Not in solo because then you'll be wasting all your iron on stuff you don't really need. And now we're going to do some little connections. So we're going to have some arrows. Curved. Alrighty, so we're going to do white arrow. Barbarian's worst enemy is, of course, Warrior. Why is it Warrior? Because basically, him having the ability to buy better swords, he can easily be out-damaged and out-armored. But Warrior's worst enemy is also Barbarian, because he can out-damage him if he gets Rage Blade. Barbarian's second enemy is himself, because if he can't get Rage Blade, he sucks. So yeah, that's about the premise of Barbarian and Warrior. Other great combos are going to be, so green's going to be great combos. Great combos is Beekeeper and Jack for the damage farm. Beekeeper combined with Warrior or Barbarian, mostly for the damage. Other than that, Beekeeper's enemies are most likely Trinity, because he can flock in groups and damage her. Pirate Davey, because he can TNT things easily over to her hive. And Pyro, because he can easily pierce through armor, making it very hard for her to defend her hive. So these are Beekeeper's allies and Beekeeper's enemies. Stay away from them because they will hurt. Jade doesn't really have allies. She's more of a solo. Spirit Catcher's allies aren't really there. I mean, maybe her ally would be Fisherman, because Fisherman has the ability to gain iron for her. But other than that, nothing really. Elder Tree's allies are, of course, Trinity and Melody, key healing classes for the team that will help you greatly. Other than that, Axo Amy can help and give him some shield, and of course, No Kit will help as well because everybody helps him. Now, his enemies are guaranteed going to be Barbarian, mostly because he can get Rage Blade and tear through him. Warrior, because he can always out-armor Elder Tree. Archer, because his bow will deal a ton of damage towards him. Gumpy, because of the knockback. Poison doesn't really affect him that much. But other than that, nothing really affects him. Wizard, I guess? We're gonna put Wizard as a neutral, because Wizard can help slow enemies and weaken them up for him, but Wizard can also stun him and get him stuck in a lightning ball. Wizard doesn't really have any allies or enemies. Aries doesn't really have anything well, probably Fisherman. Archer doesn't really have any allies, but Bounty Hunter is definitely allied with Axo Amy, and Axo Amy benefits from Bounty Hunter because she can get her axolotls faster and he can get better gear and get that damage boost, health boost, and shield boost. So yeah, pretty crossed up on there, nice and good. Raven doesn't really have allies, but the best ally that he would have, that was the wrong way. Best ally would mostly be Beekeeper or Farmer Cletus for the good emeralds. Fisherman as well, because he can get emeralds too. Other than that, good counter classes to him is Archer, because he can shoot him during it. Wizard, because he can launch things towards him. Pirate Davey, and Gumpy. Just imagine these arrows are red, because all of these guys could potentially hurt him while he's doing that. Vulcan is kind of good, because it could protect him with turrets, but also harm him with them. Infernal Shielder. Infernal Shielder easily counters Archer and most ranged classes. Other than that, his enemies are most likely going to be Warrior because he out-armors him. Barbarian because he obviously out-damages them. And Jade, maybe. Probably. But yeah, neutral classes towards him. He can counter Archer and Gumpy because they are both ranged. So yeah, pretty easy counterables. What else could be countered? Builder could easily be countered. Builder's worst nightmare is a Pirate Davey. Why? Because they are very bad. Fisherman helps Builder though, mostly because Builder can benefit off of the diamonds and emeralds earlier, getting better emeralds from Generator and Armor Strength. And they can also get that extra little power and power up emeralds. Not only that, but Fisherman also benefits from Builder. Mostly for the fact that he can get very good strong blocks, things like that. Farmer Cletus doesn't really benefit anything. Maybe Fisherman to get more emeralds or stuff. Elder Tree doesn't really benefit anybody. He's definitely benefiting No Kits. Everything benefits No Kits, because compared to No Kits, you're always helping a No Kit out, mostly because having the access for an ability is better than nothing. Yeah, overall, pretty good. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Yeah, but those are basically everything, boosting everything. Yeah, pretty cool. I just forgot 3 classes. I will be right back. Alrighty, guys, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot 3 classes. Lassie. Definitely well balanced. You get cheap items and is playable in all classes. This is definitely good for pulling enemies fleeing towards you or just pulling enemies off the ledge. So she's OP in all modes because cheap lassos are pretty good. Reaper is also a bit overpowered. We're going to put him in a bit too... we're going to put him between these two. Mostly because his ability is a bit strong, be it that he can become invisible, things like that. Yeah, a bit overpowered. He can run away, heal up, things like that. But I do think it's... the only thing keeping him over a bit too strong is the fact that this guy can't just break things while he's in it. Baker, I'm going to put... oh yeah, I completely forgot to do this. Yeah, no, he's definitely overpowered in all modes. Some of them are OP or usable in all modes. Baker is good in duos, and he is a well-balanced kit. Now, he's good in duos, squads, things like that, because if you got teammates, feeding them food can always give them a buff. Ranked is good. So essentially, all 3 of these guys have some allies. Reaper doesn't have allies because he's boosted. Lassie doesn't really need them because what she has is cheap. But oh my god, does Baker have a ton of people he can boost in threats. Threats would be most likely Archer because speed won't really help you run away. Wizard because his lightning ball will counter that. Raven because Pyro makes it very tough to escape. Trapper, because trappers can get him stuck and stuff. Jack, because his slippery goo will make it hard to run on. Barbarian won't give him time to heal, and Warrior will always out-armor him and prevent him from running. Jade will also prevent him from running because, yeah, pretty boosted. She can jump after him, things like that. So yeah, as you see, he's got a lot of threats. But he's also got a lot of allies. Wizard can also be an ally, stunning enemies, and Archer can be an ally as well, shooting enemies away from him. Spirit Catcher Spirits can shoot them away, and Reaper's always good reinforcements with that heal. Now, Barbarian is always good in Elder Tree for the healing apples, because Elder Tree really needs those. Farmer Cletus doesn't really do that much to him. Jack doesn't really help much. Warrior will help defend him very well, and Melody can heal him if he's ever getting attacked. Jade can jump forward using the speed pie as well, getting very boosted speed. Raven can poison the enemies, and that gives Baker time to heal, so he'll actually stand a chance. And Pyro will obviously destroy armor, allowing Baker to have a chance to kill and heal. Baker's buffs is also the fact that after every kill, it is good to heal up, eat an apple or a pie to run or heal. Okay, this is all of the kits so far. I am so sorry I forgot about those 3. Other than that, there's a kit coming out tomorrow, which I will review in a video while playing some Bed Wars. Other than that, hope y'all having a great day. Some final words are, this is just my opinion. Do not go breaking my neck saying like, oh, this sucks, your opinion's trash. Because it is my opinion. You can just choose to accept or ignore or just say, hey, those are some pretty good opinions. So yeah, you do what you do with your opinions on my opinions. But honestly, don't bash me just because it is my opinion. And yeah. If you have any changes to this or anything to add to this, go ahead and put that down in the comments. As always, your feedback is always helpful to me. And yeah, hope you guys are having a great day or night or noon, and see you guys later.